The first thing the impoverished school belle did upon returning to high school was bring her childhood sweetheart to demand money from me from today on. Transfer 500 million into Jiahao's account monthly as living expenses. And I might just agree to be your girlfriend. The classmates were stunned. Has this arrogant poor student lost her mind? She didn't even bother with a plausible excuse. I sneered. Li Shimin, are you daydreaming? If I hadn't sponsored you, you couldn't even afford a 1 yuan steam bun. Besides, why should I give him living expenses? I'm not his father. Li Shimin's face turned livid. In her past life, she had grown so used to being a female CEO that she forgot she was once a poor student who had to pinch every penny in the cafeteria. But without me paving the way for her, what would she have ever amounted to? Jiahao stepped in front of her like a protective guard. Guyanqi, how could you speak like that? Your family is so wealthy. Isn't it your duty to help us? Why humiliate people like this? Hearing this, I burst out laughing in disbelief. Just because my family has money, it belongs to you. If your family is dirt poor, why do you still eat? You take me for a total sucker, don't you? His eyes reddened with grievance. Shimin, even if I end up living on the streets, I won't let you throw away your dignity for me. Seeing her sweetheart almost brought to tears by this villain, Li Shimin was overwhelmed with heartache. She quickly hugged him, gently patting his back and whispering comforting words. In their past life, Jiahao donated a kidney to her, so she was convinced it was true love, viewing me as a stumbling block to their destined romance. In truth, I had bought that kidney at an exorbitant price, right before the surgery. Jiahao even extorted me by raising the price at the last minute. Later, Li Shimin embezzled company funds to buy him luxury mansions, sports cars, and pay off his father's gambling debts. I endured all of it, but now she still wanted to use my money to repay Jiahao's kindness of a single kidney. I scoffed, pulled out my phone, and prepared to cancel Li Shimin's financial sponsorship, but she beat me to it. Guyanqi, I don't need your charity. I can live perfectly well on my own. What was with this haughty, superior attitude? It was as if accepting my help was a grand favor to me, expecting me to be tearfully grateful. I pulled up the bank transfer records from the past 2 years and gritted my teeth. Li Shimin, if you have an ounce of conscience left, pay back every cent you spent. I'll give you a discount, 30 million flat. A mere 30 million. Just you wait, in 15 years, I'll show you what true power looks like. Guyanqi, I'm giving you a kind warning. This is your very last chance. Miss it. And don't blame me for being ruthless. I was utterly baffled as to where she got such overwhelming confidence. Did she truly believe she could, all on her own in 15 years, climb to the top of the rich list and effortlessly crush my family's empire? How utterly ridiculous, without my family building bridges and paving paths for her. Someone like her wouldn't even get a foot in the door. I immediately had the bank freeze her sponsorship account, then took out pen and paper to write an IOU. Li Shimin's face turned pale with rage. After pressing her thumbprint, she threw down a harsh warning, "You better remember this day." Then, taking Jiahao's arm, she strutted away. I was filled with regret for raising such an ungrateful wretch in my past life, and worried she might regret it and keep pestering me. After school, I called my driver to pick me up. Just as I was about to get into the car, someone shoved me hard from behind. If a quick-thinking passerby hadn't caught me, I would have fallen flat on my face. Suppressing my anger, I turned around to look, and it was none other than Li Shimin. She was shoving a red-eyed Jiahao into my car, then squeezed in right after him. Before slamming the door, she sneered provocatively. Brother Jiahao's father was beaten by debt collectors and hospitalized in critical condition. Find your own way home. Then she ordered the driver, drive to the hospital right now. The driver, Lao Zhang, stared at her like she was a lunatic and immediately moved to call the police. Furious and embarrassed, Li Shimin kicked the front seat. Drive right now. Can you bear the responsibility if treatment is delayed? Lao Zhang, unfazed, recorded a video for evidence, then calmly shut off the engine and locked both of them. Inside the car, two lunatics barged into our private car, damaged the seats, and frightened our young master. They're locked in. Please come handle this quickly. I couldn't help laughing out loud, quietly watching Li Shimin put on her domineering CEO act inside the car. Jiahao was hyperventilating with panic inside, making Li Shimin's heart ache for him. Taking a deep breath, she turned to me and said, Gu Yanqi, I can keep accepting your money, but don't expect me to have any feelings for you. No, I won't let Shimin demean herself like this, Gu Yanqi. You're despicable for using money to coerce Shimin. I will never allow you to insult her with such dirty tricks. Don't say another word, Brother Jiahao. As long as it helps you, I'm willing to endure anything. Just then, the police arrived and ordered both of them out of the car. With a sour expression, Li Shimin glared at me. Gu Yanqi, what kind of trick is this? Using such petty means to get my attention? How pathetic. Ignoring her completely, I said to the officers, these two seem mentally unstable. I suggest sending them for a psychiatric evaluation. Then, with a bright smile, I said to Li Shimin, nothing special, just having the police officers escort you two to the hospital. The police looked at them suspiciously, seeing them dressed in shabby clothes yet acting so haughty and arrogant. They did find them abnormal. You need to go to the hospital. Yes. The officers nodded in realization. Get in then, we'll take you there. As for which hospital they were taken to, I had no clue. Waking up in the middle of the night to find 56 missed calls from Li Shimin and a barrage of 99 messages, I figured they weren't taken to a regular hospital. 20 minutes ago, Li Shimin sent one last threatening text. If you don't answer within 3 minutes, face the consequences yourself. Looks like her princess syndrome flared up again. Yawning, I simply powered off my phone and went to sleep. The next morning, passing by the cafeteria, I saw Li Shimin and Jiahao having breakfast. Word was, they were locked in the psychiatric ward all night, and the school finally had to step in to get them released. The class monitor leaned in and asked mysteriously, those two looked pretty normal, how did they suddenly go crazy? Last night, Li Shimin messaged the entire class, claiming she's the future richest woman in China, promising that if anyone lent her 1,000 yuan for an emergency, she'd repay them 100-fold. That's even more ridiculous than those scams claiming a top celebrity in jail needs bail money. I choked on my water in shock and spat it all out. Just as I was about to walk away, the monitor grabbed my arm, telling me to stay and watch the show. Li Shimin's delusion struck again. Holding a cup of lemon water, she swirled and tasted it pretentiously, as if it were some vintage wine. Glancing at the 10 yuan fried noodles on the table, she grimaced in disgust. How dare they serve such low-quality slop? Even stray cats on the street wouldn't touch it. Jiahao chimed in supportively. Shimin, such cheap food is indeed beneath you, but you've starved all day. You need to fill your stomach. Li Shimin smiled contemptuously. I'd rather starve to death than eat this garbage. The noodle stall owner, notoriously hot-tempered, slammed the counter and roared, you used coupons for the cheapest noodles, demanded extra veggies, and now you're here acting all picky. Eat it or get lost. Who do you think you are, daring to talk to me like that? One phone call from me and your pathetic stall will be shut down. Jiahao hurried to soothe her. Shimin, calm down. It's just a small business. They have it tough too. Watching the drama, the class monitor couldn't hold back a chuckle. That laugh instantly drew Li Shimin's gaze. As her eyes swept toward us, I felt my hair stand on end without even grabbing my backpack. I turned around to flee, but she still blocked me at the end of the hallway. With her hands on her hips and a fierce glare, she hissed, Gu Yanqi, if you dare anger me, you won't be able to bear the consequences. I looked up at the sky and sighed inwardly. What sins did I commit to suffer through this nonsense? Seeing me together with Brother Jiahao made you jealous. So you're using these petty tricks to get back at me, Gu Yanqi? Is this all you're capable of? Give up already. Put away those pathetic schemes to win my favor. Brother Jiahao and I are true soulmates. I will never look your way. Stay far away from us from now on, if I catch you harboring any improper thoughts about me, I won't let you off easy. It seemed she truly wasn't normal. She was genuinely sick in the head. I cut her off directly, acting crazy just to dodge a meal bill. You're pretty clever. Did you think I didn't notice? Just now, while no one was looking, you secretly shoved several mouthfuls of fried noodles into your mouth. Because you couldn't pay and wanted to save face, you staged this whole scene, having her secret exposed. Li Shimin was humiliated and enraged, raising her hand to hit me. I quickly warned, there are cameras installed here. If you dare touch me, your debt will double immediately. Just you wait. In the future, save it. Looking at you now, making it through this month is already a stretch. My words dealt a devastating blow to her fragile ego. Lowering her hand, she sneered coldly, fine, let's wait and see. The arrival of the school sports meet gave Li Shimin a great opportunity to make a comeback. That day, the school invited several successful entrepreneurs to visit. Every impoverished student gave their all in the competitions. Outstanding performance meant a chance to secure sponsorship. Li Shimin was the annual champion of the women's long-distance run, and with her consistently top-tier grades, she quickly caught the attention of the president of a real estate company. The homeroom teacher immediately pulled Li Shimin forward and began showering her with praise. President Zhang, student Li is prime material for Peking University. Sponsoring her is definitely the right choice. President Zhang nodded approvingly. Not bad. From now on, our company will provide you with 6,000 yuan a month in living expenses, all the way until you graduate from college. Just 6,000? Are you trying to brush off a beggar? Student, a sponsorship of 6,000 yuan is already quite substantial. More than enough to cover your basic living expenses. The real estate industry is already in decline with gloomy prospects. Reluctantly accepting your help was already a stretch. But what can a measly 6,000 do? I'm going to build a top-tier scientific research team that requires massive funding. I'm not on the same level as those poor students living on handouts. My goal is to lead a team to reach the pinnacle of world technology. Since you can't afford the funds, why not leave this opportunity to capable sponsors who can? Having finished her arrogant rant, she completely ignored President Zhang, whose face had turned livid with rage, and walked straight away. Furious, the homeroom teacher shouted after her, Li Shimin. She halted, put her hands on her hips, and turned back. Don't bother me with such dead-end companies. In the future, any company wanting to sponsor me must have total assets exceeding Gu Yanqi's family. I will strictly screen the background of every potential sponsor, and qualified ones need not apply. This outrageous speech enraged President Zhang to the core. Apologies from the principal and homeroom teacher proved utterly useless. He declared on the spot that he would never sponsor any struggling students at our school again. This incident dragged two innocent classmates down with her, the twin brothers, who grew up with their grandparents. They had originally heard an enterprise was willing to sponsor their college education and were moved to tears of joy. But because of Li Shimin's tantrum, their opportunity was ruined. The two brothers crouched in a corner, weeping bitterly. I walked over to comfort them. Don't worry, the Gu Group can provide your sponsorship. Is that really true? Of course. Is 8,000 yuan per person each month enough? That's way too much. The two of us only spend 2,000 a month. They dropped to their knees immediately, bowing and thanking me repeatedly. Thank you so much. Once we graduate from college, we will surely repay your kindness. It seemed there were still people in this world who understood gratitude. After the sports meet, the class organized a dinner gathering. Those stupendous parasites showed up again to freeload food and drinks. Li Shimin hadn't paid a penny, yet she took over the head seat and criticized everything. The decor here is terrible, the service is awful, and the food is practically inedible. Her face was full of disdain. The teacher and classmates were all fairly exasperated by the duo. Earlier that day, Li Shimin not only drove away the investor, but also cost our class 2 medals we were guaranteed to win, all because Jia Hao fell and grazed his palm during the long jump. Li Shimin, who was in the middle of the relay race, threw down the baton without hesitation to rush him to the infirmary, even threatening the school doctor, if you can't cure him, you're going to suffer the consequences. At dinner, no one paid attention to her, but accustomed to being Pampered, how could Li Shimin sit still? She dumped her leftover fruit juice directly onto the steamed fish in front of her, tapping the table while mocking sarcastically. Who picked such a low-class restaurant, knowing full well this was owned by my family? She was intentionally looking for trouble. Student Lee, everyone thinks this place is great. What do you find unsuitable? Great, Li Shimin let out a cold laugh. People like you will never get to experience a truly high-end restaurant in your lifetime. Jiahao chimed in, some people are just born to be poor. Shimin, don't lower yourself. To their level they'll never compare to you. Holding back the trembling, furious class monitor, I smiled. Our future richest woman naturally wouldn't deign to split the bill with poor folk. How about our big billionaire treats us to tonight's dinner? I placed the bill right in front of her. Li Shimin glanced at it and remained silent. I immediately said with exaggerated flair, 4,000 yuan is mere pocket change. To the greatness Li, right, she knew I was mocking her, but to save face, she took the bill and went to pay, dragging Jiahao along with her. When they returned, the heirloom jade pendant on Jiahao's neck was gone. He glared at me fiercely, as if I had forced him to pawn his family treasure. Right at that moment, a group of uninvited guests barged into the private room. Without a word, they grabbed Jiahao to drag him away. These thuggish men cursed as they yanked him. Your old man owes us loan sharks a fortune. If you don't pay up today, you're dead meat. That's my dad's debt. What does it have to do with me? I'm still a student. Where would I get the money? Jiahao turned pale with terror, clinging desperately to the table corner. Several male classmates tried to step in, but the thugs flashed their weapons and forced them back. The gang leader waved Jiahao's student ID in his face. Your dad slipped out of the hospital this morning and left a note saying to use his son to pay the debt. Just as Jiahao was being dragged away, he suddenly screamed, "Wait, I can get the money. My girlfriend is going to be the richest woman in the country. She already promised to settle all my debts." The richest woman, the thug sneered. In disbelief, Jiahao hurried to explain, it's true. Look, she's coming, everyone turned their gaze in the direction Jiahao was pointing. Stepping out of the restroom was only a shabby girl dressed in cheap street stall clothes that cost less than 200 yuan in total. Yet she boldly declared, the 1 million plus debt that Jiahao's father owes. I'll pay it back for him. Then, Li Shimin borrowed pen and paper from the waiter and, like a seasoned pro, wrote out an IOU. In 15 years, I, Li Shimin, will repay you tenfold with interest. She grabbed my arm, leaning and trying to kiss me by force. Disgusted, I shoved her off and slapped her across the face with the back of my hand. Are you sick in the head? Whoever said I liked you? Covering her swollen cheek, Li Shimin scoffed, drop the act. In our past life, you loved me to death. If you were reborn, shouldn't you have brought some brainpower along? In my past life, I did fall for you. But that was 3 years down the road. Right now, we're still complete strangers. So it seems you also returned with your memories. Li Shimin, no surprise at all. After all, the three of us had perished together in the explosion. Since she and Jiahao had both been reborn, I naturally was no exception. Then that's wonderful. As long as you hand over the money now, I guarantee you a life of boundless wealth in 15 years. Otherwise, you should remember what happens to those who cross me. Li Shimin had always been extremely petty and vindictive. The first thing she did upon becoming CEO was take revenge on anyone who had ever slighted her. Don't forget, without me, you will never become the richest woman in this life. I'm willing to waste my breath on a lunatic. I turned and walked away. Behind me, Li Shimin shouted, Gu Yanqi, you will definitely pay a heavy price for your choice today. Later, I heard from the class monitor about what happened after I left that day. In order to escape, Li Shimin bragged to the debt collectors that she knew their boss. As a result, they took her for a crazy person and beat them up on the spot. Fortunately, the class monitor called the police in time, or else they would have been thrown into the river to feed the fish, directing classmates to move Li Shimin and Jiahao's desks. The monitor leaned over and told me that both had dropped out of school, claiming they were going to conquer the business world. I already knew this. 2 days ago, Lee Shimin had sent me a WeChat message, provoking me, threatening to ruin my reputation and asking if I felt any regret over my choices. In our past life, if you had just turned a blind eye back then and tolerated brother Jiahao's presence, you might still be the husband of the richest woman. On the side, do you even deserve it? HMPH, well now brother Jiahao is truly much better suited to be the richest woman's husband than you. Get lost, you freeloaders. In our past life, Lee Shimin embezzled company funds behind my back to buy Jiahao luxury villas and sports cars, and even secretly plotted to murder me. I endured it only to gather evidence to make her leave with nothing. Back then, Lee Shimin was already for months pregnant with Jiahao's child, and Jiahao spent all his time scheming how to replace me when I caught them in the act. But once the lawyer announced that Lee Shimin wouldn't get a single penny, Jiahao panicked. He secretly turned on the gas and, catching me off guard, shoved me inside to silence me permanently. In the final second before the explosion, I dragged both of them straight to hell with me. In this life, I had no desire to ever cross paths with them again, but since Lee Shimin insisted on making an enemy of me, she shouldn't blame me for being ruthless. 3 days later, I accompanied my father to a startup incubator and bumped into Lee Shimin. A flash of smugness glinted in her eyes. Hiding her business proposal behind her back, she declared haughtily, I would rather partner with anyone else than choose the Gu Group. Gu Yanqi, you can stop daydreaming. I laughed inwardly. She probably didn't realize that my true goal was to invest in another talented individual. Speaking of which, in my past life, the one my father valued most was actually my senior sister, Lin Yi. My father had once intended to match us together, hoping to groom her into the future leader of our enterprise. Unfortunately, I had been short-sighted and misplaced my heart back then, causing Lin Yi to be relegated to the position of vice president. On the surface, Lee Shimin was the glamorous female CEO, but the core decision-maker of the entire group had always been Lin Yi. In this life, I was determined to make up for my past regrets and restore everything she deserved. After a concise 30-minute presentation, my father made the prompt decision to invest. After the meeting, Lin Yi came over specially to thank me. Thanks to your introduction, Chairman Go was willing to come guide me personally. If not for you, I might never have had such an opportunity. I quickly shook my head. You earned this through your own talent. I merely built a bridge. Lin Yi soon demonstrated extraordinary business acumen, becoming my father's most trusted right hand. I also gained admission to Tsinghua Peking University, as I had hoped, joining Lin Yi's research team. Not long after, Jiahao came to campus specially to flaunt in front of me. Shimin has already secured an investment, although it's only 2 million. This is just the beginning. In less than 10 years, she will surely return to the top. He glanced at me contemptuously and sneered, You've had your fill of being the richest woman's husband. Now it's my turn. Sure, I wish you all the best. However, before Lee Shimin could even swagger over to gloat in front of me, news of her failure broke out. What she received wasn't an investment, but a scam. The scammers merely dangled a sliver of hope and swindled her out of everything. Her patents were bought up for dirt cheap, her startup concepts were plagiarized, and the website she had worked so hard to build was breached by hackers. After suffering multiple entrepreneurial setbacks, Lee Shimin finally lost her composure and rushed to the school to confront me. Gu Yanqi, are you the one pulling strings behind my back, afraid of me rising again to settle scores with you? At this moment, senior sister Lin Yi suddenly stepped forward. Student Lee, I understand your situation. Your business vision is indeed unique, but in this treacherous business arena, you still need far more experience. Who do you think you are? Lin Yi, in our past life, you were merely my subordinate who lost to me. Don't act all high and mighty. Get lost. Lee Shimin always believed her success was entirely her own doing, completely devoid of gratitude. Little did she know that without the support of Lin Yi and me, she would never have occupied that throne. Lin Yi gripped her wrist tightly, her gaze as sharp as a blade. If you dare harass Yanqi again, I won't be this courteous. She then personally threw her out of the campus. Driven by greed and blind ambition, Lee Shimin foolishly joined a fraud syndicate. Noticing something suspicious, the class monitor promptly reported it to the police. 3 months later, Lee Shimin was arrested. The police contacted me to assist in the investigation, wanting to know what messages Lee Shimin had sent me during this period. I unlocked my phone to show them the chat history. Guyanchi, for the sake of our past feelings, lend me 1 million and I will let bygones be bygones. Guyanchi, with just 30 million more, my startup will succeed. When I rise to the top again, I won't cause you any trouble. Guyanchi, give me 300,000 and the vice president position is yours. Guyanchi, just 100,000 will do. The police officers couldn't help but chuckle, and I found it utterly absurd too. Just as I was about to leave, the police informed me that Lee Shimin was implicated in severe fraud and faced a heavy prison sentence. Before her detention, she stated she would only confess if she saw me. I originally had no desire to go, but to prevent more victims from suffering, I ultimately agreed. Inside the interrogation room, Lee Shimin had lost all her former arrogance, sitting quietly in handcuffs. Seeing me, she remained silent for a long time before saying, "Yanchi, I'm sorry." Following the officer's request, I asked, "When you joined that fraud ring, did you really not realize something was off?" She gave a bitter smile. "From the very day I joined, I sensed that things weren't right. I just couldn't bear to face how the once glamorous female CEO had fallen into such a pathetic state. Yanchi, right now, I have finally seen myself clearly. I am nothing but a useless failure. Without you, I am nothing at all." I was too obsessed with saving face to admit it, terrified that once I conceded, I would never be able to stand up again. I tried desperately to prove my worth to everyone, wanting to show you my success, but all it proved was that I am truly a good for nothing. Yanchi, I actually realized long ago that the one I loved most in my heart was you. But in our past life, no matter how accomplished I became, I could never win your admiration. Everything felt as though it was meticulously calculated and controlled by you. As a woman, I yearned for a man's adoration. Jiahao knew exactly how to please a woman, always treating me like a precious treasure and making me feel like a queen. I became addicted to the way he looked up at me with devotion, and that was all. That day when you brought people to raid the home I shared with Jiahao, I immediately wanted to salvage our marriage, hoping you could forgive me and let us start anew. But you insisted on divorce, demanding that I walk away empty-handed. That explosion was entirely Jiahao acting on his own madness. I never intended to harm you in the slightest. After being reborn, getting close to Jiahao was not intentional. I simply harbored lingering resentment toward you. After all, if you truly loved me, why would you drag me to the grave with you in your final moments? Are you done talking? I asked indifferently. If you are, I'm leaving. Seeing your sister Lin Yi's new project is shorthand, I can't linger outside for long. Just then, Jiahao suddenly bolted out from the side, violently shoving me aside. With tears streaming down his face, he roared at Lee Shimin. "How dare you deceive me? I was your lifesaver. If not for my kidney, you would have gone to hell long ago. You once swore to grow old together with me, promising to make money and pay off my father's gambling debts. But instead, you made off with the property deed my mother left me and vanished into thin air. Where's the money? Give me back my money, you fraud, lifesaver." That kidney was purchased with a fortune, paid by Guyanchi. You were nothing more than a seller who happened to sell it to me. In our past life, I bought you luxury mansions and sports cars, taking you around the world. Not only were you ungrateful, but you insisted on leeching off the richest woman as a freeloader. You killed Guyanchi, you ruined me, and in this life, you urged me to drop out of school early. If your instigation, I would never have set foot in this scam syndicate. Now that I'm going to prison, don't expect to have an easy life either. Officers, police, I want to report Jiahao. This vicious, ruthless man is also a member of the fraud syndicate. He was the one who dragged me into it. Shut your mouth, you gold-digging parasite who lives off men. Given a little sweetness, you truly believed you were the richest woman, seeing you penniless, yet acting like a big spender makes me sick to my stomach. I'm warning you, if you don't return the property deed, I'm warning you, if you don't return the deed and my ancestral jade pendant, I will make sure you rot in prison forever. I want to report that Lee Shimon's fraudulent gains go far beyond this amount. While I was thoroughly enjoying the spectacle, Jiahao had already rushed off to file the report, terrified that any delay would let Li Shimin slip through the net of justice. Li Shimin looked at me desperately and pleaded, Yanqi, for the sake of our past marriage, can you please help me? I believe that if you are willing to lend a hand, my prison sentence will surely be reduced. Do you know how many families have been shattered by telecom fraud, Li Shimin? This is your well-deserved punishment. From then on, Jiahao seemed to vanish into thin air. Rumor has it that one day, covered in bruises, he went to the police station to report that his gambling-addict father had sold him off to a wealthy older woman. He couldn't take the abuse anymore and begged the police to rescue him. The police initially sent officers to investigate, but after discovering the woman had legal documentation, including a valid marriage certificate and Jiahao's father's written testimony, the case was closed as a civil domestic dispute. After that, no one ever knew where Jiahao ended up. On the day Li Shimin was released after serving her full sentence, it happened to be our class reunion. She came, but didn't dare show herself, only stealing a glance at me from afar before hurrying away. Looking at her through the glass window, I noticed she was glaring fixatedly at Lingyi beside me, her eyes brimming with jealousy and because by this time, Lingyi had already become the richest female entrepreneur in Asia. In the previous life, Li Shimin took a full 15 years to reach the pinnacle of wealth, whereas Lingyi achieved it in a mere 3 years. Although my father had intentions to match us together, I have always regarded her like a biological older sister. Lingyi never pressured me, instead treating me with deep respect and care. As for the twin brothers I once sponsored, they have now become my most capable right-hand men. Though they only graduated from an ordinary second-tier university, they were hardworking, ambitious, and deeply grateful. They not only brought their older grandparents to live comfortably in the city, but also turned down lucrative olive branches from major corporations. I firmly believe that one day, with their assistance, I will step by step build my very own business empire.